1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody.
Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, July the 2nd. I am Bruce Leonard, of course. Thank you for tuning in to another hour of Bruce Leonard Leans Left. While it's still legal. It's still legal today, but there are some dubious things happening. I don't know if you caught this, but I got to just play it for you, I guess, because you can't... you cannot make it up.
He has returned a felony indictment against a defendant, David Hearn, for felony destruction of property, for which he faces 10 years in prison. The indictment is in response to an incident that occurred on June 19th of 2026, in which the defendant Hearn ripped a piece of recently installed sealant on the bottom of the reflecting pool at the Lincoln Memorial. The evidence shows, and we will prove beyond a reasonable doubt, that Hearn willfully destroyed property at the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. This was a deliberate act to damage the reflecting pool at the National Mall that members of the National Park Service actually have worked hard to restore and have witnessed. Today, a grand jury has returned
10 years. All right. And did he have a knife? Did he have a box cutter? No, barehanded. Barehandedly tore up the space age indestructible material with his bare hands. Hey, Julia. Now, I'm laughing. But this is not funny. One fucking bit. This is one thing that we should be able to agree on, all of us, if you're right or left. That the President of the United States and the government should not be able to arrest you and charge you with a felony, 10 years in prison, for some made-up crime that didn't even occur. And people on the right are fine with this. Do you really think that at some point there won't be a Democrat president, and you want a Democrat president to be able to do this to you? This is what people get. They get too caught up in their politics, and they they don't think. This is a danger to all of us. This case is going nowhere. You think a jury's going to convict this guy of a felony and send him to prison for 10 fucking years when everyone knows that reflecting pool just fell apart because it's a piece of shit? And the fact that people that work for the government would bring these false cases just to protect Donald Trump and his ego, so that they do not have to admit that the reflecting pool was a piece of shit. You should have just put $20 million in the garbage can and set it on fire. I mean, that's pretty much what he's doing now. It's just burning money everywhere, all over the place. Meanwhile, they're getting rich, but what happens? What happens? I mean, I guess the rich people don't care if the economy collapses because they have a lot of money, but that money ain't going to be worth a shit if they keep going this way. Did you see the jobs report? 50,000 jobs. 120 below expectations, plus the last jobs reports revised downward. Because they lie. There are no fucking jobs. Don't you get this? Julia says they'll pick and choose random innocent people, ruin their lives just to cover up their own incompetence. Yes. I don't know if you know that was fucking Judge Pinot Grigio. Janine Pirro. Meanwhile, they're all running around like the world is ending because the Supreme Court said that we could just continue as we have been for the last 150 years. If you listen to these guys, you'd act like you'd think that the Supreme Court had set some kind of new precedent. It's like, dude, we've had birthright citizenship for 150 years or more, and the country has been just fine. And now they're like, oh, they kept it the way it was. The world is gonna end. And I don't know if you see this crazy shit that they've been saying, Pete. These people, they're talking about grabbing pregnant women and sending them home, talking about sterilizing. I saw a guy talking about sterilizing Ford women. Funk Congress says the second coming is coming. His name will be Cody Christ. Or Tucker. It's one of these new shit names that George Carlin used to make fun of. It's like Tucker Christ. It's like it's got like a eyes-on polo on. It's like, or even worse, like Tucker used to have like a bow tie. Whenever you see a guy in a bow tie, that guy's suspect. Like immediately, unless he's like a waiter or a bartender at like a wedding. If you see a guy at a social function where he could choose to wear whatever he wanted, and he's wearing a bow tie, that guy's a fucking jerk off. It's like, you can bet 9 times out of 10. I've never met a guy wearing a bow tie that come away from the encounter like, that guy was pretty cool. A guy in a bow tie is just a hoods off Klansman. Like I said. That's what I call them now, because that's what they are. These people are Klansmen. They got regular people pushing Klan propaganda. It's unbelievable. Regular people. They don't even realize they're doing it. Everybody's all ginned up about this law, Sharia law. That's like, well, everybody wants the Sharia law. It's like, nobody wants Sharia law, bro. No one does. No one. People on the left don't want Sharia law. The fuck they talking about? But they really believe it. They're coming. It's like, you're like, dude, this is Klan propaganda. It's right out of the Klan handbook. But he's not a Klansman. He's just a regular dude. I told him, man, he's a guy, though. I was like, dude, you need to turn off the internet, man. It's frying your fucking brain. And it's true, the internet. He keeps sending me all these videos, right? It's all these dudes, you don't even know who they are. Just some random dude standing in the woods on TikTok or something talking about how Islam is going to take over the... I'm not kidding. It's ridiculous. And I'll be like, who the fuck is this guy? Why are you listening to him? And then I don't believe that guy. He sent me another guy. Same thing. It's just a different setting. He's not in the woods. Now the guy's like against a brick wall or something. But he's like, Islam is coming to Western civilization. I told you, as soon as they say Western civilization, you can turn it off. It's like, it's going to be the end of Western civilization. UFO Gaming says, hi, I know you, Comday. Yeah, I knew Comedy. Julia says, true, and mega sheds keep on about the parties not switching. Dare them to go to a Klan meeting, call them Democrats, see what happens. That's why I always ask them. I go, yeah, they bring up that shit like, well, the Democrats are the ones, Republicans freed the slaves. That is true historically. But they're not the same parties anymore. Because all the racist Democrats left the Democratic Party in the 1950s and 60s when they started doing civil rights. And they all became Republicans. So whenever they say that, I go, okay, go find me a Klan member who's a Democrat. I'll wait. I say, Democrats is the party of the KKK. It's like, go find me one. They never do. It's just like when I ask questions here. They never answer. People put comments on my videos now because, you know, when I started, no one was paying any attention to this shit. But now I'm not blowing it up or anything, but I said way more people than before, and people will drop comments now in the videos, and they don't say anything about the things I'm saying. It's always like, your voice is horrible, or you sound like Krusty the Clown, or something like that. It's like no one ever tries to talk about the points that I'm making or argue their point. Because that's what I'm saying. I've been saying before is that's the problem with our politics now. Is it's all personal. Donald Trump has turned it into like a personal attack fest, a reality TV show. It's not. We're not talking about solving problems anymore. UFO Gaming says I support Donald Trump 1 billion crypto profit. Oh, did you give him? Did you buy a coin and lose all your money? There was a chart. They showed a chart. Said Trump had made $1.5 billion off this crypto, right? And all the investors had lost $650 million. Julia says, yeah, they call me a Jew. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean, though, is it's a personal attack. It's like they don't have anything of substance to say, and that's the problem with the right wing is it's nothing. They don't have any, and that's why democratic socialism is coming up. And I looked into it, and I got to say, I was reading a thing, and they said that some of these democratic socialists believe that they're not capitalists, and the businesses should be owned by the workers. And I got to say that I don't agree with that. I'm more of a social democrat, like European style. I said where. There's capitalism, but it's regulated. And then, like I said, there's high taxes on the fucking corporations and the rich people. And that is used to create a social safety net for everybody else. And that's what I'm for. I'm not for seasoned means of production. Because what happens then? Blue Apollo says, did you watch Mom Donnie's interview he did recently? They asked him a question and he basically had no answer or implied that he agreed with not locking up murderers. What is that supposed to mean? No, I mean, I haven't seen it, but I would like to see it because most interviews I've seen with him, he says cool shit, I think. What, and Trump doesn't do that, Blue Apollo? I mean, I'm not making excuses for him, but I'm saying that's all Trump does is move the goalposts and change the. Jim Burgini says that's a fantasy. What? Oh, the workers owning the business. I agree. Nothing works without structure, and you do need leaders. But I believe, and I've said for a long time, that there should be a cap on how much more the CEO of the company can make than the average worker. Like, it's not fair. You have to agree, Jim McGinty, that the system we have right now is not fair. It's not fair for the CEO to make 500 times what the average guy makes and also get stock shares and millions of dollars and, while everybody else makes fucking $10 an hour. You know that? I don't think that that's cool. I think that there should be a cap, a percentage cap on the distribution of the profits of the company. And like I said, the money that they've been paying to the CEOs, which is ridiculous amount, should go back to the workers in the form of higher wages. That's my personal viewpoint. Blue Apollo says, no, he does. But I don't really like Mamdani if he was in radical left, as he is like to be more okay with them. Freezing rent would make housing prices go up in the long run. He's running on things like that. No, well, he already did it. But did you know this? This is the thing that you don't get. And this is what I've been saying for a long time is you speak like the system is like it was in the old days where there's a bunch of fucking regular people that own these buildings. And that's not true at all. You know that the Blackstone Group is the largest private owner of rent-stabilized apartments in New York City, not small mom-and-pop landlords. Valued at $137 billion, not including the $1.3 trillion in assets that they control. Blackstone is headed by Stephen A. Schwartzman, whose total yearly compensation exceeds $1 billion. The idea of the mom-and-pop landlord being priced out of business because of a rent freeze is a myth. Small independent landlords owning 10 or fewer units make up only 1.2% of the ownership of rent-stabilized units. Meanwhile, large corporations own 87% of those units, with mega corporations like Blackstone Group owning 1,000 or more units, controlling 56% of the market. Mega corporations like Blackstone are pushing the myth of the small independent landlord to hide the fact that they and other mega corporations control the vast majority of New York City rentals. So it's not what you're saying. The market's not free anymore. The free market is a myth. These corporations have bought everything. They own everything. And there's no regulation to prevent it. That's another thing I would put on my platform is we got to break these corporations up. There's too many. It's not that there's too many. There's not enough. There's too much conglomeration and too many monopolies. Blue bosses are still going to charge more when they're losing money. Either way, the fruit is in the money. Well, you don't know yet. It just happened. He just started the program. I think you're going to find out that it ain't that big of a deal. These like I said, it's a myth that these corporations don't own everything. They own, that there's regular people still in competition with these people. Yes, Jim Begini, you were right. George Carlin said it decades ago. What, that life is not fair? That's not the point. We all know that life is not fair, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't try to make a system that makes it yes, Jim Bergini, that is true. It's a big club and we ain't in it. Right, but we could be in it. That's the point. We have way more power than we think. Like, there's way more of us than there are of them. And without us, they can't function. If everyone got together and said, we're not going to work tomorrow, everybody, we get some shit done, I guarantee you, in about a week. Just like Iran with the Strait of Hormuz. That's the same thing. I don't know why people haven't fucking caught on to this. We don't have to fight. We just have to stay home, sit down. Say we ain't going to do shit till you fucking address these problems. And they address them, I guarantee you, real quick. They want us to go back to work. But you can't get anybody to do that. Golden Wing Spirit says, all roads lead to the synagogue, serpent, snake eyes. See, but again, not a Jew, bro. Blue Boss says the left wing is getting incredibly organized. I'm scared for my life. Why is that? Why would you say that? See, that's ridiculous. That's what I mean. You guys, you young guys, you need to turn the internet off, dude. It's melting your brains. Like, it's not that existential, bro. The country's been way more divided than this before. We had a civil war, for Christ's sake. You think that slavery didn't divide people? There wasn't the internet, but it's like in the Civil War, brothers killed their own brothers. You know that? There were big families where some of the brothers chose the North and some... Right? I don't know what's up with the all caps. Golden Wing Spirit says, we've all been hijacked psychologically and physically. They're pummeling us every day with electromagnetic, dirty, filth, radiation, energy pummeling everyone by means of sophisticated technologies. All right, yeah, that's, in my opinion, like I said, the internet, all the media, especially now that the media is conglomerated, and I said it's only owned by the guy that owns Paramount and Disney. It's like two people. They own all the fucking. Blue Pile says they would burn people like me alive with my political views. Hence, Charlie Kirk and Biden conservative got shot. Like, see, I don't believe that. And you don't listen when you come here, because I've been telling you for a long time. Like, this is the solution. I'm a leftist guy, and I wouldn't be advocating to fucking. Well, you say that you would stick up for me at the Groypers. I'd stick up for you. But that's the point, is we need to forge more of these kinds of friendships across the divides, because here's the real deal, is the things that we talk about a lot, like you talk about your political views, right? But your political views are really nothing. They're cultural views. They're not political views. Your political views would be like, how do we make this society better for everybody? And how do we solve problems? How do we not spend so much money and take in more money and get rid of the deficit? How do we get people universal health care? This is politics. Not Islam is coming to destroy Western civilization. That's not politics, bro. That's ridiculous propaganda. Jimmy says, protest. Do you mean like the 40,000 invisible people at the fair? Did you see those Fox again? I give them credit. They kept trying. Every morning they kept showing up at that fair with the live desk and the empty field behind them. And they'd have to convince you. Oh, yeah, there's... Did you see this video today? Okay, yeah, I don't know if I told you this, but before, but I used to be a stagehand as well. I've done a lot of shit in my life. I've built 1,000 concerts. Anyway, all over the place, festivals, you know. But anyway, Trump, Trump had, Trump had, they were doing rehearsals for the upcoming 250 thing, and the stage was falling apart. Pieces of the stage were falling down, almost hit these girls that were dancing and singing. Jimmy says, I'm learning that politics cannot compete with comedians. That's why we have a Jon Stewart. Yes. Exactly. And look, Zelensky made his way all the way to president of his country. You know, Zelensky was a comedian before he was the president of Ukraine. He's a lot more serious dude now. Like all this war has changed him. But I'm saying, when he got elected, he was a comedian. Julia says, culture war bullshit is what the Epstein class wants. If all of us is on all sides of the political spectrum joined together, the Epstein class would go into hiding. Well, that's my point. Blue Paul used to say things like, yeah, we got to get together and solve all this stuff, and then we can worry about the other stuff later, you know. But now he doesn't say that because everybody's all ginned up and existentially, like this communism thing. It's all, everybody's a communist, and and the Islam is coming, and the people are tearing up the reflecting pool with their bare hands. Meanwhile, did you see Trump made $2 billion since he's been the president. $2 billion. They made over 3,000 stock trades, mostly in companies that he's doing political deals with. His sons have made billions by getting into the drone business and getting government contracts. They got into that mining deal in Kazakhstan, and they get $1.5 billion government subsidy to fucking. Blue Boss says, I saw that fair. It was terrible. Jimmy says, I have been diagnosed with the severe case of Robin Williams. Yeah, exactly. Blue Paul says, Nick did a show on it last night. I was going to email it to you. I think you would have liked it. On what? See, I don't ever watch Nick Fuentes. I occasionally see his clips floating around, but I never sat down and watched the show because the things I've seen him say are patently ridiculous. Laura says, at least he gave us a gift of allowing us to fix our own cars. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. My dad had fixed our own car my entire life. Jimmy says it is not politics when the president of the United States demand I accept the reality that does not exist. Yes, exactly. Blue Paul says on Trump getting over $1 billion. Yeah. Blue Paul says his clips are out of context. How do you say that you liked Hitler out of context, bro? Like... Nothing out of context about it. I mean, he said that shit. I mean, or that women suck and should go back in the kitchen. Or that's like, I want to know: do you really believe that you could get to a world that's like that, Blue Power? Do you really believe that you could put women back in a box and make them obey you like they did in the past? If you do, I got something coming for you. Hey, listen, last night, me and Laura were watching this show. It's really good on the Netflix. It's called Gorilla's Story. A Gorilla's Story. It's got David Attenborough, of course. But anyway, it was about gorillas, and in the gorilla society, there's a dominant silverback, and then the other males, when they get older, one of them decide, he want to take over or whatever, and sometimes they fail, and then they get like banished and shunned, and they're social creatures, so he gets cast out. So he's wandering around by himself for a while, a couple of years. He was wandering around by himself, like hanging out on the edges, and and anyway, so after a while, he came back and he attacked a female and killed her baby. And then they drove him off. Like, they all drove him off all the way out, into the next fucking valley and under the next mountain, and basically was like, don't ever fucking come back. But anyway, it just got me to thinking that it was an interesting metaphor for what's happening to young males today in society. They feel isolated, they feel alone, and then they lash out. And I couldn't help to think in my mind that there was a parallel there, psychologically, because it is true. Human beings, there are rarities like myself, where you learn to be alone, but in general, and even me, like I can't be alone forever, if you never talk to anybody, you fucking go mad. Jimmy says there's only one blade. There's only ever going to be one blade. Yeah, exactly. What do you mean, UFO gaming? What do I think about vampires? I think that it's been done well, the vampire genre, and it's also been done terrible, and done more terrible than it has been done good, I think. But let's see. Blue Apollo, I missed that. Blue Apollo says, he says Hitler was cool, as in the outfits and the rallies and the edits that they make, but he said on his show that this is a clip that Hitler committed atrocities. He was a terrible person with style. Well, you know that. You go, boss. Designed the Gestapo uniform, don't you know that? That's why they're so stylish. See, Blue Apollo says, yeah, it's hard when you try to meet a girl and she slept with 100 guys. It's hard to make friends in real life. Most of us live paycheck to paycheck, even with degrees, right? Well, you know what? My advice to you as an older guy is you should stop focusing on what people have done before you met them. Why don't you just meet a person, try to get to know them, and see, maybe there's a reason why they were running through all them people. Some people got holes to fill inside of themselves, and they fill them in all different kinds of ways. Doesn't mean that the person that you're talking to is necessarily a bad person. Jimmy says, anyone that's easily offended is not a Jew. Andy Kaufman spent his entire life just seeing how far he could push it. Yes. Well, I was talking about that before, Jimmy. I don't know if you were here. I think that Andy Kaufman might have invented trolling. He's like the original troll. He was a troll before the internet. Like, he figured out how to use television to troll people. You ever seen what he was on that show? It was like a knockoff of Saturday Night Live, and Kramer was on that show too, and they were doing some sketch, and he wouldn't do the lines. It was live TV, and Kramer jumped up and grabbed the cue cards and was like, ah! Well, you don't have to hang out. Blue Apollo says, I'm Christian. I don't really like casual hookups or anything. And the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Either girls my age, unfortunately. Well, find an older woman. But the older woman, she's been with a bunch of dudes. See, that's what I mean is why are you so focused on what people have done? Here's what I would tell you. If a girl told you that she slept with all these guys. At least she's being honest. She ain't lying to you. Was this once you get to a certain age, we all fucked a bunch of people. I'm saying, unless you never done anything. Jimmy says, "I'll stick with George Patton's uniform over the German one." Yeah, exactly. That drab army green, you know. That just shows you, like I said, there was a pageantry to the Nazis. Well, you're still here. It's like there's an off button. You can turn it off anytime you want. Laura asks if Blue Apollo is a virgin. Well, I think it matters. I mean, Jewish says body count shouldn't matter. I mean, I get what he's saying. Like, you don't want to be like, oh, this person's a fucking, you know. There are people who are just sluts, you know, or whatever. You're like, oh, I don't know if I get involved in this. But my point is that people are young, and and lots of people they don't know. I was like that. I didn't know how to live. Just wandering around. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Blue Apollo says, no, I'm not. But if I had a reset button, I would choose to be yes. I wish I was. Yeah. Well, you could be like those people. You get was it the promise ring? It's like, remember that? That was a thing for a while. I get what you're saying. Like, you want a traditional, old fashioned, you know, but I'm not sure that exists anymore. Julia says, when a relationship is meant to be, the past won't matter. Yeah. I think that too. John says, why? Why don't I think it exists anymore? Age. UFO Gaming says age. I don't think age matters. You want to know how old I am? I'm 54. I just don't think, I'm not sure that the traditional, you know, I guess you could, unless you go back to church. Blue Pass is not even traditional. I just want faithful, and that's out the window. See, but I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You're telling me that in Minneapolis or wherever you're at, the whole fucking city, there's not a chick that would be faithful to you? I don't believe that at all. Where are you trying to meet these people? See, that's the problem. Is I went through the same shit. Like, I was here. I'm stuck with my mom. I got to work. I'm doing all this other shit. I don't have time to fucking do anything. It's not, let alone go out and try. Hey, what's up, Lena Marsh? Welcome. MTM says 22. Anyway, I couldn't go out, so I was trying to learn. I was trying to learn. Not learn. I was trying to meet people. And so you join these dating sites. And if you're meeting people on the internet, man, it's going to be a fucking disaster. 9 times out of 10. You know, I went out on, like, I didn't count. You know, it's not a whole lot, but I'm saying most of the people that I met were fucking shitbags. And you could tell they were shitbags pretty fast. John says, why does Blue Apollo regret getting laid? I don't know. You have to ask him. Where is it, Laura? I didn't see it. It's not there. I don't know what you said. Thank you, MTMM. My mom is my girlfriend, the way young men see older women. When I was young, I liked older women. Older women are cool when you're young because they don't want to be your girlfriend. Most of the time, they just want to get laid for you to leave. And that's perfect if you're a young dude. I'm not looking to get attached to anybody either. You meet someone your age, they want to fucking start talking about, you know, me and your girlfriend have relationships and shit. You're like, yeah, man, I got 2 jobs. I'm in a band. I don't have time to. Brent says, my ex cheated on me and started working at a rub and tug. Met her online. True story. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is most of these people that you meet online, they're shitbags. To me, that's the biggest problem is people don't meet each other like they used to. Like it used to be before the internet, everybody was staring at their phones all the time or just sitting at home. Well, you're back too. Oh, Laura said, yeah, like eventually I met Laura, but I had to go through a bunch of fucking shitbags before I met her. You know, and I almost just stopped altogether because she was like the last one. I was like, if this doesn't work out, fucking done with this. Why says, what do I do with my culture? What do you mean? Please elaborate on the question. I'll answer the question, but I'm not sure what you're asking. Yeah, so Laura was the Cinderella at the end. But like I said, I get what he's saying is what I'm saying. Is it's hard to meet people nowadays. And my point was all these mass shooters and all these fucking things, these people, these young dudes that lash out. It just reminded me when I was watching the show about the gorilla. It was hard not to see a parallel between these people feeling isolated and like living outside of the tribe until they get so frustrated that they come back into the tribe and lash out violently, you know. Brent says, where do you find non-shitbags? Well, that's what I'm saying. What's up, Stuart? You used to just be able to go to a bar or a concert or, you know, people would hang out. Like it doesn't seem like people do that anymore. When you go to people go to these clubs now and like, I don't know if you've been to one, but like, I never liked them. It's like all these lights and fucking music is, it's all loud and like, you can't talk to nobody, you know, and you're like, you're like yelling, hey, wait. Laura says, I'll do Be Alone Forever or Laura. That's not what I mean. I mean, you were worthy. It was hard to believe after meeting all the shitbags. It was like, oh, this person really is all right. You know, I think I can trust this person. She's not gonna stab me in the back, you know, like or like Paul will say it, you know. She's it says all incels. So I don't know the answer to your question, Brent. I don't know where you find non-shitbags. John says on acid, it's awesome. Well, that's true, but MTMM, I don't have 1 million subscribers. I wish I did. I have, almost 400 now. And yeah, you're right. Most of these shows, it's just us. But a lot of people watch later. Like the view count goes up later, so people will come and watch. But Stuart says, I've been married 8 years to my wife. Best 8 years of my life. Well, congratulations. Where did you meet your wife? So we're talking about like how you meet people. GS says, people blame culture because they're hermits and can't get laid. Then when they finally meet someone, they cling on and call the person evil because they're mental. That happens too. I don't think it's a culture thing. Like I said, just from being out in the world, in the age I am, I've seen the world change. The internet has really changed, like the way people meet, what people do. Like people don't go to bars anymore; just sit at the bar and have a beer, talk to other people. Most people, if they go to a bar, they go there because there's a reason. There's a band playing, or there's a comedy show, or there's something they want to see, or there's a karaoke, or you know, like they used to just be bars. Or if you was bored, you'd go, hey, I'm going to go down to the bar. There's a bar on the corner, and you go down there and you sit at the bar. There'd be other people sitting at the bar. Maybe you'd be watching a baseball game or a football game together, and then people talking, and you'd meet people that you didn't know. But you're meeting people in person. Like you could. This is the false potion of social media is you can sit at home and you can meet all these people online. You don't even have to leave your house. But it's not the same. You're not getting the dopamine, the social fix that you get when you're sitting face to face with a human being and talking, looking in their eyes and seeing their facial expressions and shit. When you're chatting on messengers and shit, it's not the same. I mean, your brain tries to fool you into thinking it's the same, and that's why you get sucked into it. But GS Tattoo says it would be easy as going to the bar and taking home a 6. If all people are worried about is getting laid, then we're cooked. No, I agree with you. But you could meet someone and like you could have a relationship or whatever. You know, I'm not saying you have to be down there. You meet someone, you get their number, then you call them, then you take them out to dinner, then you know whatever. It's like, you know, dudes are on Tinder sending pictures of their dick. You know, like that doesn't. It's like, I never understood that, but people do it. It's like UFO says meet wrong people in the bar. That trashy. Yeah, maybe. Stewart says my wife and I dated in high school and then reconnected 25 years later in Oklahoma City. Oh, that's cool. After you both, like I said, probably had shitty experiences apart from each other, like you remembered, hey, we got along pretty good. You know, like, let's try that again. It worked out. Obviously, you've been married for 8 years, and you say you're very happy. But see, you knew her. You went to school with her in a previous relationship. I'm talking about these young guys. The world is different. Mr. MTM says, Mr. Boss George invited us to his house and we are Mexican and he's white. Well, that's good. He's not a racist shitbag. That's always good. Yes, John says, most people online misrepresent who they are. That is true. Blue Pile says, I don't know. Most of these women's self-worth and egos are very inflated. They want everything just for sex. That's not all of them, but it's a huge majority. Young men are just out the door. You believe that? Some of these guys that I see bitching about shit like that, like the Tates and these people, it's like, dude, you just ain't got no personality, bro. You're an asshole. It's like, maybe try being less of an asshole. Julia says, I had to block a guy on Snapchat who spammed me with masturbation videos. But that's what I mean. It's like there are dudes out there that do that shit. They're like, ah! Look at this. I'm always like, does that work? It's like you send some fucking girl you just met online, like a video of yourself jerking it or something, and she goes, oh yeah, you should come over right now. Where you been all my life? Yes, Laura. The dick pic without even asking. Yeah, exactly. I go, hey, how you doing? My name's Bruce. Check this out. One time, I swear to God, this is true. Brent says, what's his snap? MTM says, being an asshole is different than being a simp. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. But also, you guys don't understand. It's like human relationships are require compromise. That's like, what you all want is a mindless fucking robot girl that'll do whatever you say. Laura says, dude, that's not funny. It's the truth. It's how guys act. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Guys nowadays. I never done that ever. No. UFO Gaming says 16 to 23. I was daily outdoors. So bored to walking, I think. Indoor, outdoor, both good. 50-50. Right? You gotta That's what I mean. Is some of these people never leave their fucking house, and then they're crying like, oh! Blue Bob says, I wouldn't mind that, to be honest. Laura says, guys like text you 5 whole minutes and want you to run over and fuck them. Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, why don't you go over here? Well, then Brent's in fight fire with fire. Like, oh, yeah? I'll send him a pic of me jerking off. No, I swear to God, this is true. One time, I ran this show every Tuesday at Champagne's in Vegas for the 5 years that I was there. And one night there was this girl there. And she was like, walking around with her phone, showing guys, anyone that wanted to look. It's like a video of her fucking masturbating herself. She's like, look at that. That's like, and I was like, only a woman could get away with that. And of course, everybody was like, oh, well, that's fucking. But if that was a guy who was walking around with a video of himself jerking it in a bar, going, hey, check this out. It's like, they would fucking arrest you. You'd be labeled a sex offender. Of course, it was a woman and it was a vagina, so no one gave a shit. It's like, yes, Blue Paul, I thought the same thing. It was kind of disgusting. It's like I said, it's not the kind of chick you want. She was showing everybody. MTM says, we're relying on you to stand up. Well, I am. That's why I'm here, my friend. Part of my mission is to stand up for you. It's like I said, I feel it's incumbent upon us who are the privileged to stand up for the underprivileged. And people say, oh, you're not privileged. I'm sure Blue Apollo will take exception to that. Be like, there you know white privilege. It's like you're full of shit. Blue Apollo says, if I was president, mandatory charge for every person she showed. See, you're just like Trump. You're going to cash in on it. I just thought, like I said, for one, it's kind of rude just walking around just showing anybody that wants to look. 2, what kind of person masturbates alone and films it so that they can show other people? That's a whole nother level of psychological stacking that I can't fucking wrap my head around. MTM says, we are minorities. We have no words, right? See, that's the other part that people don't get, is if you're a minority. Well, Herring Hunter, I've always sounded weird. This is it. This is the voice. If you're making a cartoon and you'd like a voice, I am available. Brent says, men are underprivileged when it comes to cranking it. Yes, Blue Apollo. Some guy that hates me on Facebook, he took one of my videos and put Krusty's voice over it, and then it said Krusty Leonard at the end. He thought that he was being clever, I guess. Well, UFO gaming, that's not even what I mean. Mr. Palad says, is diarrhea contagious? Yeah, if you have, what is it, dysteria or whatever. That killed a bunch of people. Cholera. UFO Gaming says, masturbating is human need, I see. Ancient story, old time when army go to war and they ain't doing sex with animals. Right? Blue Pot says, yes, unfortunately, they got me. Oh, the circumcised. What? Do you want that flap? You ever seen that? Yes, dysentery. Or I said cholera as well. There's lots of fucking those diseases that give you diarrhea. Dude. That's what happens is you just dehydrate. Herring Hunter. Yes, and Blue Apollo, did you watch Bullworth? You watch all these shitty movies on YouTube. And I said, you should take my advice. Laura will tell you I got good taste in movies. I said, well, go watch Bullworth, like I was telling you. Because Herring Hunter just said it. Said, technically speaking, white people are now the minority since we're being phased out of the gene by race mixing. That's what he says on Bullworth. He says, need a long, protracted program of racial deconstruction. Everybody got to fuck everybody till we're all the same color. It's going to take a while. Jim McGee says, Bruce, where are you from? Cincinnati, Ohio. MTM said, I subscribe, friend. Thank you so much. I said, I'm here every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, United States. I do this show live 3 times a week. And I appreciate the new people who are here today. MTM says, we are dumb, but not all of us. We have Spanish blood. We are not dumb. Yeah, no shit. You also have like Aztec blood, all that other shit. Don't forget about that either. My friend, be proud who you are. Fuck the Spanish. Really, if you want to be honest about it. They're kind of dicks. Brent says they have that in Africa because they lack clean water. Right, but they had that here too. You know, sanitation is never like what it was. UFO says, I love Jackie Chan movies and Marvel movies, Harry Potter also. Yeah, me too. I haven't watched many Harry Potter movies. Brent says, I'm ginger. My girlfriend is black and I live in Canada. Dude, you guys got to have a baby. Let's see what that looks like. Ginger black kid. Blue Apollo says, so check it out. I'm going to rent it next Tuesday. But yeah, the stats show if the incline it's at right now stays the same or goes up, whites will be minority by 2050. Yeah, well, that's why they tell everybody, have babies, have more babies. Mr. Pilat says, did you read How to Sports Bet by Pete Rose? Saying I did not get caught. What he should have read. MTM says, not wrong, but I thought about this. Yeah, me too. Brent says, not really here so much. What? A black ginger kid? What do you live in the Tom McDonald part of Canada? Laura says, am I going to have a special July 4th edition for the 250th? Maybe go topless. MTM says, certain minorities got colonized by different reasons, right? What do I think of the pyramids? Which ones? Yours or Egypt's? And what do you mean when I think of them? I think they're amazing. Mr. Platt says, you're unemployable by skin and circumcised criteria. Stewart says, Russians climbing the Empire State Building. I tell you what, these people are fucking nuts. Every time I see people doing that shit, I'm like, God damn, I would never do that. Blue Palace is not their birth rate is bad, it's manageable. But per capita minorities and immigrants have way more children. Because they're Catholics, bro. Need more Mormons. You need white people. You need to get more Mormons to have more babies. But see, I think that the fixation on that is ridiculous. Who gives a fuck? Why do you feel like you got to be the... I was saying that the other day. You know, you realize that the South, there was more black people in the South than white people. They were afraid of it got to a certain point where they were afraid that the black people would, revolt or whatever. But it's like, you fucking brought them in. If you want to be the fucking majority, then stop bringing in all these fucking people to work. It's like, let's see, you're lazy. You don't want to work. You want people to do your shit for you. I don't get it. I mean, I don't get like the fixation on like it's just people. America is people. We're all Americans. I was talking to this guy today. Me and this guy, he's forged an unlikely friendship because I said he's like he was a Trump guy. Well, he's not a Trump guy anymore. Trump's lost him, but he's like a hardcore Christian. And I'm not Christian at all. And then, but he's been bringing wine to me for the last couple of years. So over this time, we've developed a relationship. And he didn't know much about me, and then he heard me, or he found out I did comedy, and listened to my comedy. He was like, "Oh yeah, I like your comedy." And then he found out I did this podcast, so he watches this show sometimes. And like, me and this guy, we don't agree on hardly anything, and we have like meaningful discussions all the time. Blue Pass is because it's our country. We fought for the San May borders. That's what sovereignty is. Oh, please, just stop. That's fucking ridiculous. First of all, you bought some of it from France. Took the rest from Mexico. It's like, let's not fucking. I'm not. Yeah, no, Stuart, I'm with you. I'm rooting for him now, but I don't know. It's gonna be hard for him with their best guy out with the stupid red card thing. But hey, they won. They won that game, and it was 10-11. So hey, they could win. That kick that guy made was incredible. I don't even watch soccer that much, but that kick that he made to score that second goal. MTM says France is black now. Is it? Then where's the black president? Brent says, I'm in Canada, or as we now call it, India Junior. That's a lot of Indians. Dude, there's a lot of Indians here. See, these countries, Laura, she says, why you say that, Brent? Well, obviously, there's a lot of Blue Pauses Canada says you're only going to be saved if you become the 51st state when Nick Fuentes is president. Do you believe that? You really believe that? I'll tell you something right now. This is interesting. I noticed this the other day, right? The one of the guys that brings me deliveries is an Indian, right? And he's from India. And he has a son that and his son is looks like he's like 20, 21. And I guess he just got a CDL and his dad was training him to drive a truck. So in the last couple months, every now and then the son will come without the dad, right? And he doesn't really know what he's doing, which is true. But the dad is an Indian guy. He works hard. Brent, 5-1? I don't. That seems high. 5-1. Anyway, so the father, he works hard, right? We'll look it up here in a second, Brent. Let me finish this story. But so his son shows up, right? And his son is like half-assed, and like the pallets are sideways, and he's pulling him out of the truck, and he's going down the thing with the sideways pallets, and I'm like, hey man, you should drop the pallet and get it from the right side so it's not so wide. You can more easily get across here. And he's like, oh man, that's too much work. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, one generation. The kid is born in America. His dad is a hardworking dude. And his son is a cut corner, lazy American fuck. It only took one. One generation. It's like, and that's what's wrong with this country. Is that we're producing lazy fucking fucks that don't want to do anything. It's like they don't have no work ethic. He's just talking on the phone the whole time. It's like, it's like, damn, does your dad know that you're this fucking? Ontario, Canada. I'm gonna look it up right now. I find it 5-1 to be. Let's see. Over 1.4 million people of South Asian heritage, the majority tracing their roots to India, live in Ontario. If you're wondering about registered Indians under the Canadian government's Indian Act, Ontario is home to over 220,000 registered individuals. Most of Ontario's Indian population lives in the Greater Toronto Area. Specific cities like Brampton, Mississauga, and Toronto have the largest communities. It doesn't say how many are there as compared to you. Here we go. Let's check it out. Stewart says, my hometown of Houston is now about 22% white in 2026. 10 years ago, it was 30%. We're being replaced. Replaced by what? That's what I mean. I don't understand this fixation on. You have the largest Indian population in Ontario with 222,000. MTF says, would you rather have beaters or Indians? See, I don't mind either. It doesn't see what I mean about replaced. Like, I don't understand what that means. Do you understand that the world is a finite place? The more and more people who are on the earth, the more and more places they're going to have to fucking live. And India already has a population of 1 billion people. So, of course, people are leaving there. Blue policies. But see, this is what I don't get. Blue policies by people who aren't us. Majority of this country is going to be filled by people who don't even speak our language, who have no voice in the place that we used to call home. But see, that's not true. They've been saying this shit the whole fucking time that this country has existed. It's not true. Yes, MTM, America belongs to no one. America, that's what I was arguing with this guy earlier today. It's like, he's talking about culture. It's like, the American culture is a mix of all cultures. That's what makes it different and cool. There is no centralized American culture. American culture is like Tex-Mex, where they took American cooking and Mexican cooking, they came up with something new, or Amer-Asian, or, you know, all this fusion shit. That is what America is. America first as a society collapses when people forget who they are, when history becomes shame, when history becomes weakness, comfort is more important than meaning. No, but listen, you can talk about the history. It doesn't, we don't have this all the time, this discussion. Just because you talk about history in the truth, like looking for the truth in it, and not some glorified, polished up bullshit version, right? It doesn't mean that you're ashamed or that you're sad. You got to know the real history so you can learn from it and not repeat the same mistakes you fucking made before. That's why we keep doing this shit over and over and over again. They keep trying to sell you this bullshit fairy tale of what America is and what it's never been what they sell you. America's always been a place where capitalists run over everybody else. And they extract the resources and make themselves rich. And they convince you that if they gave you anything, that it's communism. And that's the goddamn truth. And instead of worrying about that and how these rich people are fucking you over, you're running around talking about Sharia law and Indians this, and it's like, dude, your eye is off the real ball. The ball is you're getting fucked by these rich people. The ball has always been you're getting fucked by these rich people. The middle class in America was built on blood, people's blood. You know this, right? You didn't get labor laws and higher wages without a fight. We've become too fucking passive. I already said, Stuart, earlier today on the beginning of the show, you missed it. The more I read into democratic socialism, I've got to say I'm not. I'm more of a social democrat, like from Europe. Well, I believe there should be capitalism. It should be regulated. But I also believe that there should be safety nets for the people. You really believe in that, Justin? Who you gonna work hard and get rich for? Disney? MTM says we don't know what to do or who to fight. Right? UFO says America is the only country where multi-genre trash thing exists. What do you mean by that? What is that supposed to mean? Well, the list is getting smaller and smaller. Yes, Brent. It's Social Democrat. That's not, yeah, well, like we were just talking about earlier. What? Who you going to take it from? Blackstone? Fuck Blackstone. Worth $1 trillion. They could fucking, they could pay some fucking taxes. MTM says, I'm drinking, man, to try to understand me. I am. I'm trying. Ken says, if Trump is so great, why is everything fucked up? No, but I've said people like Justin who still buy into this thing. It's a free market system and all this other bullshit. It's like, it's not. It's not. There's about 25 fucking corporations. What? America says, you clearly don't understand U.S. history and where the majority of those cultures that built America came from. No, I do. I understand it completely. What do you mean where they came from? They came from all over. They came from France. They came from England. They came from Germany. They came from Spain. They came from Mexico. They came from all over. Why do you think in Canada they speak French? France controlled Canada and half the United States, or not half of it, but 1/3 of it. And Napoleon sold that part to us. It's called the Louisiana Purchase there, America First. You should know this so you know your fucking history. UFO Gaming says, why USA give $1 billion for restoration? Well, because we blew the shit out of it. First of all. And second of all, because these people are idiots. And they got played. They lost that war. You keep acting like they're going to bring it up again. Justin says, even the so-called Native Americans colonized when they walked across Bering Strait. What does that mean? There was no one here. He says so-called Native Americans. Right there to show your fucking Nazi fucking point of view right off the fucking bat. What do you mean so-called Native Americans? They were here. When white people arrived here from Europe, those people were here. So they were here first. I'm not fucking turning it into an argument of like, oh, you should give it back to them or whatever. Like, I'm just saying that's what I was talking about with the American first. Listen to him. Exactly, white European culture. That's where it came from, not some third world parasite. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? People have been free from all over the world from the beginning of the fucking country. Why do you think that, like I said, in New Orleans, they speak fucking, French and Creole and all this other shit? Creole ain't fucking white. See, this is fucking idiots. Tell me you're talking about American history. Like, no, you're talking about a bullshit sanitized version that makes you the hero. No one's the hero or the villain. It's just the way it is. Yeah, you know why, Justin? You know why? I read it on this show. Because they're racist and they didn't want to take Mexicans to be to be citizens. That's why they didn't take them. Exactly, Justin. That's my point. Everybody came from somewhere. And now what? Like, it's like all y'all that are freaking out, like I said, because the Supreme Court left things exactly as they have been for the last 150 years. Now you're acting like the country's going to end because because they kept it the same. It's unbelievable how much sense it doesn't make. It's ridiculous. Princess India. Thank you, MTM. You shouldn't. What are you talking about? Well, do you know how the Mexican-American War started? Because Mexico invited white settlers to live in Texas. Well, that was a mistake. And then they decided to take it. Thank you for the hospitality. We'll just be keeping this. Yes, but the rules are that we can elect whoever we want. It's like dumbass plumber Mark Wayne Mullen talking about, oh, that woman is a communist. She's a Democratic socialist, of course, but he's like, that woman's a communist and she shouldn't be serving in the Congress. You're like, do you realize that there's not one single law or one thing in the Constitution that says a person cannot serve in Congress or even be the president of the United States if they're a communist? You know, communism didn't even exist when they wrote the Constitution, so that's conveniently it's not in there. The point is they try to make up rules as they go along. You know, and live under the fucking rules. See, I remember when conservatives used to hold the Constitution in their fucking pocket and act like it was the greatest thing on the earth. And now you're willing to throw that right into the trash can because you think that you were fucking... Yeah, and that wasn't cool either. Justin, we were talking about that earlier. You want to sit here and make excuses like that colonizing was okay, you know? And you can believe that. I mean, that could be your opinion. But, like, you know, I agree to disagree. It's like, do you know how many fucking treaties the United States signed and then fucking just stab them people right in the back? I mean, there's a big giant stack of them. Our word ain't worth a fuck. Ain't much honor in the American government. There hasn't ever been, really. UFOs says there are a lot of people in the world untrusted. Yeah, everybody does. John says dictators existed then and now. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's why I like that flag. Those people did. Nobody said he was communist, bro. It's part of the whole fucking thing. One universal health care is not communist. Almost every other Western country in the fucking world has it. Mexico just instituted it. Just signed up millions of people for universal health care. If Mexico can do it, you're saying we can't? Are you fucking serious? Nobody's running from Democrat socialist countries in Europe to come here. That's for sure. Why would you fucking come? Somebody was saying earlier, everybody's running here to have babies. Because, and you're like, why wouldn't you go to Canada and have a baby? They have birthright citizenship and you get universal health care. MTM says we lost his Spanish. No, it's about the same story. Is what happened to the Spanish in Central America and South America is about the same as what happened here. The English taking over United States. They come here, the diseases fucking decimate the population. There ain't too many people to fight back, and they take your shit. And they had guns, and they didn't. Brent says we don't need more people. The continent's full. See, I feel that way about the world. They keep talking about, the birth rate's going down, the human population. It's like that. To me, that's good. Justice says Islam was started in Saudi Arabia and they've colonized over 50 countries now. Yeah, well, how many Christians are in every country, aren't they? You don't talk about that, do you? They're proselytizing all over the fucking world. What's the difference? See, you guys are disingenuous with this bullshit. John says Europe is too busy laughing at us. Brent says, please don't immigrate here. Canada is full. Brendano says, what nationality are you? I don't know. My mom's Irish. I know that, but I love how you use the most extreme examples you can possibly. Because the Berlin Wall was a leftover from World War II, was way outdated, outmoded. And the Soviet Union collapsed and became a more I mean, it's not still not uh, like westernized progressive, but it's way more progressive than it was. It's not communist like it was. They all those countries became independent. There's a big giant story behind it. I don't know if you know that. And North Korea is its own thing. There ain't no country like North Korea on this earth. It's a unique thing. So if you try to use that to fucking, if that's your thing, you're MTM says say free Palestine. Well, I'm into that. We talk about that on this show all the time too. Palestinians got just as much right to exist as anybody else. And until they acknowledge that, and there's a what are you talking about, Justin? We were just talking about that. Why are all the Mexicans Catholics? They weren't Catholics before. Please explain to me, historically, how Mexicans all became Catholics. I'll wait. I don't want to fucking scramble your little brain with reality. People say about, Christianity wasn't spread by violence. Are you fucking kidding? Conquest. Are you fucking kidding me? Yes, exactly, MTM. You know why? Like I said, 400 or 500 years ago, some Spanish person fucking lined up a whole village of people and asked them, did they want to be Catholic? And the person said no, and they shot him. And they asked the next guy, you want to be Catholic? And he said, oh, I'm not sure. And they shot him. And then the next guy goes, yeah, I want to be Catholic. Me and all my whole family and all this whole village really wants to be Catholic. Please give us the Guadalupe candle that they put on our wagon. Like, please just don't shoot us. And that's how it happened. And again, you want to talk about fucking reality? Like I said, I see Mr. Fake History left already. Yeah, well, it's getting like that here too, isn't it, Justin? You don't touch the reflecting pool. They'll charge you with the felony. Put you in prison for 10 fucking years. Are you down for that? Oh, y'all are so full of shit. Brent says, please don't immigrate here. Taxes are wicked here because of it. Since you know healthcare and welfare money you can receive. MTM says, I won't accept this. Won't accept what? Yes, John, the Inquisition. You ever heard of that? Yeah, exactly. They said, are you a Catholic? No, well, get on the rack. We'll stretch you till you decide to become one. Yeah, Christianity is peaceful. All them witches, they burned at the stake and all this other shit. Christians fight each other over if they're the right kind of Christians or not. That's like, you talk about, we don't enforce laws. I don't know where the people come up with this bullshit Sharia law myth that everybody thinks that, oh, really? Never seen a Christian hijab? Yeah, really? Never seen any fucking Mennonites or Amish people? They don't have veils, but the Mennonites wear head thing. They're so full of shit. All these people, this is the problem with you people, is you don't really know nothing about anything. They said, get off the internet. It's frying your brain. Go out and talk to some real people. If you live in America, go to Pennsylvania or somewhere and check out some Amish people and some Mennonites. And don't tell me that they don't fucking exist, because they do. They're primitive as fuck. You're just like the primitive Islamic people that practice Sharia law, which is a very small number. It's nobody's doing Sharia law. I don't know how that became a thing. They said, but it's the next boogeyman. Like, no, that's Sharia law. Nobody wants to fucking do Sharia law. I don't know where that came from. But I said, they need all these boogeymen to scare you. So, like I said, again, they're just distracting you from the fact that they're the ones that are fucking you over. And you don't realize it because you're too busy hating on MTMM or whatever. Julia says, every time I hear the Inquisition, I can't help but think of Mel Brooks' song in History of the World. Yes, the Inquisition. Get it, it's grand. The Inquisition. Oh, so now Justin, now you're saying Catholics aren't Christians. See, Justin's got a lot of Justin's from a small, select group of people who are better than everybody else. Yes, MTM, that is true. There are Jews who are real, yes. And Julia is one of them. She's here every time. MTM says, let's learn Hebrew. I'm just telling you that none of this is ever going to stop until they decide. Justin says they don't kill you if you're not wearing it. They don't do that here either, bro. Now, the people have barbaric cultures in other countries. No one seems to mind that Saudi Arabia chops the fuck out of people all the time. They're our allies. People act like they're okay, but they have public executions all the time. Mohammed bin Salman had that journalist kidnapped and cut pieces with a bone saw, and you're gonna sit here and act, but they're okay, right? Why are you worried about how people conduct themselves halfway across the world? We're talking about saving this country. MTM says, we believe in a woman who is a virgin. Yeah, right? I swear! That's what she told him. I swear I didn't bang nobody. Thank you, MTM. You stay safe as well. I don't know where you live, but thanks for joining us. Hey, listen, if you just stumbled upon the show, again, I'm way over 20 minutes over, but you guys have been fun today. So, and there's some new people. If you haven't done so yet, please like the channel, subscribe to the show. I'm here every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, United States. Oh, come on, MTM, the joke. These are jokes. I don't take nothing seriously. I don't know if you notice that. And I respect you for sure. Justin says they think they are. The Bible says you're not supposed to have idols, but they got statues in every church. Oh, come on, man. Are you serious? You worried about that? Donald Trump got statues all over the fucking place. You got some worship that. MTM says everyone's a douchebag. I hope you don't think I am. I try very hard not to be a douchebag. I try my best to spread love and happiness around the world, make people's day a little brighter than it was yesterday. John says Christianity's a fucking lie, but that's the strength of religion. Depends on the narrow-mindedness of its followers. Yes, exactly. Jimmy says, I will promise you a bagel. Dude, I love bagels. There ain't no communist, Stuart. Don't you understand that? It's a myth. They've been drumming that shit to you since the fucking 1950s. Ah, they're communists. Saving America from what? From himself? It's like nobody wants communism, bro. Universal health care is not communism. It's actually getting something for the tax dollars you fucking give instead of letting Trump fucking put $2 billion of them in his pocket and spread the rest of it out to his friends and his sons. It's like, you guys act like this. They said, you really believe that Trump is going to drain the swamp? He is the swamp. He's made more money than he's been the president than anybody in the history of the world. Because he's a fucking unethical piece of fucking shit. It's like, Jimmy says, we're chosen to speak the Hebrew language, to keep the Torah correct in the Hebrew language as you mutilate it in your English translation. The Jew is back. What do people in here have to say to me? That's not true, bro. Stuart. It's a myth. Why? My question is, why do you still believe that these people aren't fucking you over? I don't understand that. I told you, MTM, I'm here 3 times a week. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, United States. I'm going to go now because I said I don't do 3-hour Joe Rogan experiences. But please. What, Justin? What if I don't believe him in him at all? Did that ever occur to you? Well, I got to follow some fucking bullshit laws because you tell me I got to. You know, I don't need a God or a threat to be fucking burned in hell forever, to be a decent human being. I'm a human being. I'm an enlightened creature. It's like, I don't need threats to fucking make myself, you know, want to dignify myself and prove that I'm more than just a fucking monkey. with no hair. Anyway, I am back on Thursday, 6 p.m. I said I'm here Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, United States. You want to send me a private message? It's Bruce Leonard Leans Left at Outlook.com. Thank you, MTM9490. I hope that you subscribe to the show. Please join us next time. I said I do this 3 times a week. If you like this show, please tell your friends. Share it on your social media. Like I said, tell people. We need more people. You guys have been fun today. No, that's my point, MTM. We're not. We are enlightened creatures with the ability to think and reason. And we should act like it. You should want to be an enlightened human being without all that. Without the threat of eternal damnation. If you're only being a good person because you're scared of eternal damnation, then you're really just an asshole. Yes, Jimmy, we have Neanderthal DNA. We do. That's what I mean. I say it all the time. It's like... Anyway, again, just one last time. If you just joined me today, like I said, I'm here every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, United States. You can send me a private message at Bruce Leonard Leans Left at Outlook.com. I'm going to get out of here. Try not to get arrested for the touch and reflecting pool or some shit. Then you can bring up Kamala. No one's talking about her. We'll talk about right now. Now. Not what could be, not what should be, what is. So please come back Thursday. We'll talk more about it, Justin. Like the channel, subscribe to the show. Thank you, MTM. I love you too. I love Mexico too. Good luck in the World Cup. Good night. I do not want to pick a fight. I feel more